Hi everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome to another What I Eat in a Day video. If you're new here, I follow the Weight Watchers program. I get 23 points a day and 28 weeklies, but I also share calories on my channel as well. So let's jump right into my day where I'll show you my full day of eating. All right, so this is what I'm starting my day with, and I think it was my last What I Ate in a Day video, I had shown that in the morning when I first get up, I usually have what I consider a breakfast snack. When I say a breakfast snack, that's because anything under 300 calories, I don't consider that a meal, I consider it a snack. So that's why I refer to it as that. Somebody asked me if there's a reason I do like a two-part breakfast where I have something first thing in the morning and then you'll see I'll usually eat a breakfast after. And that's just simply because I just personally have found that when I get up in the morning, it's just better for me if I get something in my stomach. So I was always just a coffee drinker in the morning. I would get up, I would never eat. I would just have my coffee and then I never eat until like 11 o'clock in the morning. And I just found that I feel a lot better when I eat something first. So typically in the morning, I'm usually hungry anyway when I get up in the morning. So this is what I've been doing, either having a yogurt or cottage cheese. So this morning I'm having this yogurt, and let me tell you, this key lime yogurt is so good. This is Dan & Light & Fit. It's 80 calories, 2 points, and 12 grams of protein in that. And then I have in here some strawberries and bananas. So I weighed it out. It's 96 grams for the banana and 46 for the strawberry. So that'll give me 1 more gram of protein. So the total on this ends up being 180 calories, 2 points, and 13 grams of protein. And then I've got my water here. So I always start my morning with water, usually have about 2 glasses of water. So I'm gonna have this. I'm going to probably get on the treadmill for maybe 30 minutes, and then I'll have my coffee and then my actual breakfast after that. And I have the rest of my banana here. That's how much that banana was. It was 96 grams plus still this much. So I'm just gonna probably save this. I'll have it maybe later this afternoon or maybe tonight before bed for a nighttime snack. If you're new to my channel, please make sure to read the disclaimer down in the description box about What I Eat in a Day videos and how you shouldn't really copy what people eat and how we're all different. So one thing to keep in mind, I'm in my 50s. I am only 4'11 3/4, so my needs may be completely different than yours. So just make sure to read that disclaimer and work with your own doctor or your own dietitian to find what works for you. So now I'm having my coffee, and for my coffee, I just use the Coffee Mate. Actually, today was French vanilla. Usually we have French vanilla Coffee Mate, the 0 sugar kind in our house, and also the sweet Italian cream. My husband always preferred the French vanilla. I prefer the sweet Italian cream. But this last time I bought it, he's been drinking the sweet Italian cream. So I think we're probably going to phase out the French vanilla. And after this one's gone, I'm just going to start buying the sweet Italian cream since we both like that one. So today I'm just going to count this as 1 point and about 40 calories. I usually do 2 cups, but since I'm just having 1 today, I'm just going to count it as 1. I use probably about 3 tablespoons of the creamer in here. So I'm having breakfast, and I was going to have some zucchini. If you've watched me, you know I love zucchini for breakfast, but I just got lazy and didn't feel like making it. So I just have some canned green beans here. Let me know if you're like me and you love to have vegetables with breakfast. I can't say that I do it like when I'm in the office, but when I'm home and I have like a nice good breakfast like this at home, I always make vegetables with it. So I have some green beans there, and those are 0, of course, on Weight Watchers, and about 20 calories. I have some Good Culture cottage cheese. I just have this container. This one has 120 calories. For this whole container, it's 2 points. 120 calories and 19 grams of protein in that. And then I have 2 eggs here that I just have them topped with some roasted red peppers. It's just the kind that you get in the jar, which somebody had asked me about those, and these are what they look like. I just get the Great Value kind. And the black that you see, that is fine. That's part of the roasted peppers. And let me show you what I have underneath here. And then under my eggs, I have some hash browns. I have the eggs on top because I like the yolk to kind of run down into it. So I'm about to break it. But I have 100 grams of hash browns. I just use the Season's Choice hash browns from Aldi. And then I have a little bit of red pepper in there, and also some green onions that I chopped up as well. And I just cook those in a pan just with some cooking spray. So I like to just kind of Just let the eggs go down in, and then I just kind of mix it all together. So for this whole thing, it's 0 for the eggs, 0 for the vegetables that are on the eggs, 0 for the green beans, 2 points for the cottage cheese, and 2 points for the hash browns. So it's 4 points on Weight Watchers. And then for calories for all this, it comes to 370 calories and 33 grams of protein. And this is so good. All right, it's time for lunch, and I'm having some tuna for lunch today. So the tuna that I use is the skipjack tuna that I get from Aldi, and I've mixed that with a tablespoon of Hellmann's Light mayonnaise, and I've also put some green olives in there. So I'm just using these green olives. I get these from Aldi too. And for these, you can have 6 olives for 1 point. For 4 olives is 25 calories. I'm just using these Extreme Wellness High Fiber Zero Net Carb Wraps. You can have 2 of them for 1 point. And then for calories, it's 60 calories for the 2. It's got 13 grams of fiber in it. So it's 14 grams of total carbs and then 13 grams of fiber. So if you are watching your carbs, this only comes out to 1 gram of net carbs. And then it's 5 grams of protein for the 2. And then over here, if you saw my last food prep video, you saw that I made black bean salsa, so I had a little bit of that left. That actually lasted me the whole week. And usually I just eat that plain, but I saw I had some romaine lettuce in the fridge, so I thought it would be good just to kind of scoop it over top of that. So the total points on this, it's a 5-point lunch, and for calories, it's 340 calories and 30 grams of protein. For dinner tonight, let me show you what I'm having. So I've mentioned in several previous videos that on occasion I order from Home Chef, which is basically like a meal delivery company. So a lot of you know I love doing my own dinner kits, just kind of put some things together. But there are times where I do still order from Home Chef. They're probably my favorite. I want to say that this video is not sponsored. I've just ordered from them for, oh my gosh, probably I'd say like the last 6 years on and off. So I did order a couple this week though, and thought I would show you the one I'm making tonight. This is, well, it looks like I kind of ripped it. It's Saucy Swiss Mushroom Chicken. This one is fairly low on Weight Watchers. I plugged everything into the app and it comes out to 7 points, but this is lemon garlic butter. So if you were to leave this out, then it would save you 3 points. So instead of the 7, it would end up just being a 4-point meal. And for calories on this one was 530 calories and 44 grams of protein. Now, I always say plug everything into the apps yourself because it depends on brands. This becomes a little bit difficult because you don't know the exact brands of everything that's used. Like the chicken, I'm really not sure exactly the brand of chicken they use. So it's kind of hard. In fact, when I put it in my FitnessPal, it was actually coming up to 60 grams of protein instead of 44 grams of protein. I just went ahead and tracked it anyway because it still was around the same calories. But I'll just know at the end of the day that that was a little bit high in what the actual protein said on the website. So I'll link this website down in the description box below, and I'll also put a link for you if you are interested in trying out Home Chef. I'll put a link down below. So everything's in here individually, and this is where I get those containers that you guys see me use sometimes. So this is one that I had. This one had cherry preserves in it. So I already washed this, but I'll peel that label off and then I just reuse these. So they're great to have. But of course, this one didn't have any in it. So everything that we need is in here. So I'm going to show you how to throw this one together, and that way if you kind of want to make it on your own, you can. Okay, so after washing all the produce, I'm just going to get it cut up. So I'm cutting the zucchini and squash into just kind of like moon shapes, and then I'm going to finely dice the mushrooms. And then I'm going to season both sides of the chicken with the umami seasoning. I think that's how you pronounce that. And then I'm going to put just a little bit of salt on it as well. And then on my stove, I've got 2 pans. I've got one large one for the vegetables and a medium size for the chicken. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in each one. So that is one thing that's not included with Home Chef. And I find that their recommendations of how much to use are a little bit high for what I usually use it. So just keep that in mind. If you follow along with them, you may find that it's just a little bit too much olive oil. So I'm going to get the squash and zucchini going first. So I just have those in there. And then I'm adding the packet of savory seasoning and then a little bit of salt. And I'm just going to cook those for about 4 to 5 minutes until they're brown and tender. And then for the chicken, I'm going to add that to the hot pan, and that's going to cook for about 5 to 7 minutes per side. And then when that's done cooking, I'm just going to transfer it to a plate and tent it with foil while I finish the rest. And then after the zucchini and squash are done cooking, then I'm going to remove them from the burner. And now I'm just going to stir in the butter and the pesto just until that butter is melted and the vegetables are coated. And again, if you want, you can just leave the butter out to save yourself 3 points on Weight Watchers. So then in the same pan that I cooked the chicken, I'm going to add a teaspoon of olive oil and the mushrooms, and then I'm just going to stir those and cook them until they're brown for about 4 to 6 minutes. Once those are brown, I'm going to reduce the heat and add the, is it mirepoix? I think it's pronounced mirepoix base, and a 1/4 cup of water. And then I'm going to bring that to a simmer, stirring occasionally. Then I'm going to remove it from the burner and stir in the Swiss cheese and just stir that in until it's well combined for just a minute or two. So a super easy recipe to throw together. Basically just cut everything up and then it's just a matter of cooking everything on your stove. So again, on Weight Watchers, if you use the butter, this comes out to 7 points. If you don't use the butter, then it's just 4 points. And then it is 530 calories and 44 grams of protein. And this is what I'm ending my night with. Usually I try to end my night with protein, but tonight I pretty much did good on protein today, so this is how I'm ending my night. I was really craving some chocolate. So when I crave chocolate, I have found that these Dove dark chocolate do so good to satisfy that craving. So I've got the rest of my banana from earlier. So that is 60 grams if you're counting calories, around 50 calories. And then I have 2 pieces of the Dove dark chocolate. This is what they look like. And they're so good. I am not usually a fan of dark chocolate, but I really like these. So for Weight Watcher points, for the 2, it is 5 points. And then for calories, it's about 85 calories. So my whole nighttime snack is 5 points and 137 calories. So my totals for the day, I ended up with just using 24 of my 23 Weight Watcher points. So not too bad considering I had 5 points worth of chocolate. So on this day, I only ended up using 1 of my weeklies. For calories, I ended up right about 1,600 calories for the day. I had 122 grams of protein. I usually shoot for anywhere between like 100, 140. And I ended up with 30 grams of fiber for the day. So I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, I appreciate the thumbs up and the comments. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.